Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Keeping It Real with Strix and Space Engineers. Uh, in the spirit of keeping it real, I have been letting myself get severely distracted of late, the last week or so. Some of that is stuff that you guys will be able to see, and some of it is stuff that I was just doing on my own. And still, other stuff was work on Chrono Conquest that I'm still working on building and probably will be working on building for the next 2 decades. Uh, get back to work on the mining ship here. Let's go ahead and bump this out one more and bump this out one. Try to make sure that my drills are going to be lined up properly here. Huh. And let's see. Still need to figure out its overall shape. Um, it doesn't exactly need armor on it because it's a mining vessel. It's going to be hiding in a hangar most of its existence. So, considerations. Oh, look, there's 8 there. Perfect. But yeah, I did log in here while I was on my week of distraction and let it cut down a bunch of the ore. Uh, had to play musical batteries. And at this point, uh, the batteries I put on the Colony 1 for running the base are what's running the base. Hopefully, within that hour, the sun will come around and hit my solar panel. I definitely need to put a panel out the other side if I'm going to be staying here for any length of time. And I think I probably am going to have to stay here for a while since I'm wanting to build a ship and move out that way. You should be done with all that. I guess it didn't put it in. Doesn't that just beat all? It's alright, I can get some of these parts in anyway. And there we go. There's all of my components. I'll be building my drill wall out here. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Let's grab some steel. I had to give myself room for thrusters. I did 5 outright. Yep. So yeah, I'll do the thrusters back there, and I need drills to be able to go out far enough to cover that as well as the up and down. So let's see. So I'll have this one mostly making sure that it's covering the up. Here, I actually need to get rid of that for small conveyor junction. Need some stuff for that. All components successfully withdrawn. And I'll use this one to actually cover all of the other directions. Actually, that's not going to work, is it? Well, it's a good thing I just put the ghosts down. Because I need to be able to cover the outside here. So it has to at least cover that one side. Build planner empty. Shouldn't be. I'm trying to do things too quickly, and therefore I'm not even getting them done. With space engineers, everything should be done slowly. It's just more efficient. Alright, so we'll put these drills back on here. Yep, that'll need to go out one more. I don't have to stack them on each other like this. And actually, it's better if you do give them a little bit of space in between, because they have a radius that they mine. So let's put away some of my steel plates, like 60 of them, and get some interior plates. I don't have very many of those. Grab what I do have. And there we go. Now I can actually get some more piping laid out here. Let's see, that's going to need to go up at least one there. That'll need to go up 2 if I'm going from that point. Let's put a junction here. So we're looking at 3 overall. One. Come on, work with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually almost all the way if I do that. So instead, let's go ahead and use this as the junction on this side. And I think that's roughly the same distance, or at least close enough. This is what happens when you make an asymmetrical ship. You try to go back to making things symmetrical, it just doesn't work. I am going to need a drill on the bottom here, and I think that should sit pretty flush if I do that. Let's see. Oh no, that is too low. So I will just have to deal with the bottom and be careful how I'm going in. That's fine. In any case, I need another drill here. And some more drills. Work. There. And there. See, another up pipe. And another drill. And then off this side a drill. Will you work? You make no sense on the rotations. Okay. I missed one drill here. I think that should be able to tunnel through. Maybe I could use one more in the middle, which is easy enough to do. Just go ahead and throw curved pipe here to meet up with that. And another drill. There we go. It looks like a monstrosity. I like it. So now I just need to figure out placing my thrusters. And I think I've figured out a way to keep the audio compression from happening. That's why I'm doing things as quickly as I can. The more time I spend in game, the more FPS lag I wind up getting, the more chance I have of audio compression problems. So I'm just trying to avoid those. And at this point in time, I have to use pure small thrusters on here. I don't have enough gold to make large thrusters. Oh, I put all of my steel away. Silly me. Grab an inventory full of steel. And let's get these put on. Same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to do the exact same forward and back thrust. So the same 6 for braking thrust. And I don't think I have to worry that much about up and down and sides. I do need some there to keep me from drifting. But it's not as important on a mining ship if you're going to be flying careful. Which flying careful is pretty much what I do. I forgot to get these braking thrusts in. And let's see. If I go off the top here, I can put these in. And then go off the bottom here. Yeah, that'll work great. So my backs, the back ones here are my up thrust. Getting hung up on things. And the front will be my down thrust. Okay, so that's a little bit of side thrust, a little bit of up and down, and a little bit of forward and backward. And the primary thrusters are going to be switched out for large thrusters, absolutely, to be able to move this bulk. But the small thrusters, if I get all this built up, I'll be able to mine everything I need to finish the ship. So that's the next step here. I'm going to go ahead and pause up and get this welded up. And then, because I'm wanting to make sure I don't have any compression issues, I'm going to save the game, exit, bring it back, and unpause the video after that. So I will be back in about 30 minutes for myself and pretty much instantly for you. Yay, jump cuts. Back in a moment. So unfortunately, somewhere along the way, I lost sound. I don't know what's going on with that at all. So hopefully it's still actually working for the recording itself. I will be checking after I finish, and I'll just make this a shorter video overall. But let's see. I think that's the up. I'm just going to go ahead and put 3 event controllers here and go get the parts for those. Because I need that for my little cargo buddy to let me know when my cargo is full. There we go. There's all of that stuff. Get these put together. I'll get them set up probably next time. Like I said, I'll make this a shorter video. What I want to be doing right now is disconnecting this getting rid of this, so I don't need that there. I need to move the colony 1 to here so that it's still powering the base. And I need to move this over to where the colony 1 is. I was going to have some mining on this, and depending on how things go, I might just go ahead and record more and stitch it together, actually do some editing, though I try my best to avoid that. So it'll probably just be a shorter video. Okay, so I can't back up too much. I still didn't put lights on this, but I'm still going back and forth on whether or not I actually want to put an armored shell on it. It would be useful to have one, but it doesn't really need it per se. Alright, there we go. The colony 1 is currently powering the entirety of the base. So as soon as I take off, I'm likely losing power. Oh no, there's a little bit of solar coming in, obviously. Tiny bit. Not that there's too much sound while I'm in space anyway in the game. But I would still rather be able to hear what few things I can. I am off to one side. There we go. And that will still keep powering the base, and I can park this thing, which I think I'm going to name the Lenhart. I don't actually have to connect it right now. I'm just going to park near the connector, because just sitting here, it'll last for 6 days doing absolutely nothing, which is perfectly fine. But let's see. I'm actually going to put a link down below that is the Alaska Miners Hall of Fame, the place where I got this guy's name from, Lenhart J.H. Groth. Seemed an interesting fellow. In any case, I need to see how broken all of this is. And you know what? I think I will actually do a little bit of actual editing today, so I'll just go ahead and park this for now. And then raise it up out of range of that. And I'll bring this back after I've figured out what's going on with this. Alright, so I've got all this working again to where I can hear things, which is going to be helpful to me. That's not 3, nor is it a fighter cockpit. Let's go ahead and get that fixed real quick. LH is what I'll use for my shortened version of it, just to make things easier to type. It is very important to get all of your labeling done correctly, especially on something that's going to be connected with multiple grids, because I'm planning on starting a base ship from this location. It won't be finished here, but I should be able to get it mobile. Distracting myself again. their numbering is all wrong. I honestly couldn't be bothered with that. Don't care, because I'm not even going to be seeing it. The event controllers I will come back to, same as the emotion controller. Hide all of these cargo containers from there. Same with the tanks. I really only need to see one of each of those types. So label those. I only have the one connector here, and the thrusters group is going to get messed with as I actually complete the ship, but I need it to do the mining. So grab all of these that are labeled backwards. There should be more. Okay, it wasn't scrolled all the way down, which means I might not have that on the thruster group. I'll have to check that. But there's my brakes. No, I have it there. Turn all those off. And there we go. That is everything done except for these controllers. Cargo indicator. Well, LH. Cargo full. Cargo filling. And cargo empty are what I need to set up. So for cargo full, equal to or greater than, yeah, we'll go ahead and use 100% because I still have drills after that. And I want my cargo blocks added and gate. So select actions, emotion controller. When the cargo is full, it will show dead. Dead for no space. Okay, filling somewhat the same, except it's looking for 1% or more. And that's when we're going to have a happy face because the ship is happy to be mining. Same cargo containers, no AND gate. As soon as any of those hit 1%, it switches to a happy face to show that it's filling up the cargo. And equal to or less than 1%. AND gate for all this cargo. If you're scrolled down like that, it decides to be kind of a pain on clicking apparently. Let's see. Select actions. Emotions. So we have happy for filling, dead for full, and yeah, sad for empty. It's not carrying anything. It's sad. There we go. And now that I've got all that set up, I can pull it all onto my hotbars in the proper order. Nope, why did I do that? Recharge on and off. Thrusters are number 7 on off. Gyroscopes. The engines I'll put on number 9, page 2. I don't want to accidentally use those. The drills will come in on number 4 on and off. Actually, I want those on number 5, so I'll move that. Ore detector, there it is. So now that I've got those in, pull the drills down here, on and off. Tools for when I want to actually control it myself instead of just turning them on and going. There we go. So where is my closest gold? I've got those 2 locations. Well, one of them is not far away at all. The other one is quite distant. That's almost over next to the comet that I found. Like I said, I don't have camera or lights or anything on this yet, but it should absolutely be functional. It's got all of its main pieces. I really do need a camera though, so I can actually see where I'm flying to. And the ship is not going to be very fast at all right now. And it's this horrible flying just straight over here while it's empty. This is going to be absolutely horrible flying back. Let's just get it around 50 and hold on. I'm going to pause this and I'll bring it back once I'm able to start mining a little bit. And here I am at the gold, waiting for this to stop drifting. Oh, I accidentally turned off my thrusters. It's not going to stop drifting. Anyway, go ahead and turn the drills on and see if I can just nice and slowly drill through the asteroid. I've turned off my brakes, moving at 2.8. I just want to see if what I've built will actually function. And how well it functions. And of course, I get lots of gold in the meantime. And a lot of stone, but that's still silicon, nickel, iron, and gravel. I really need to put down a reactor and start using uranium, because I do have the solar rotation on a full 1 day. So as we can see, the ship is happy because it's filling its cargo. And it looks like, yeah, it will actually drill its own hole very well. I just need lights, camera, and some armor shell. It doesn't really need an entire armor shell. I don't have that much wiggle room around this to be able to put one anyway. So my cargo is obviously nowhere near full yet, but got a great chunk of gold. So let's go ahead and pull back out of here and see how long the acceleration takes heading back home. It's going to be absolutely horrendous. And see, I don't have to fight with the azimuth ore detector. When I turn that one off, it turns off. The way the ore detector plus plus was working, I would often have to fight with that one. Okay, so I need to get some distance away from this asteroid before I just take off. There we go. And how bad is this acceleration? Very, very, very bad. So the ship itself is 46,500 kilograms, which means I've put on 110,000 kilograms of cargo. So this is going to take a while to get back over there and get docked. And that's not even me thinking about the fact that it's going to take a while to slow down as well. I have the exact same forward and rear thrust. So let's go ahead and turn off the brakes. I should have, if I'm lucky, enough O2 to make it back. That being said, once I'm on the deceleration end of things, I can leave the ship flying and back myself off, or not back myself off, go ahead and fly in and go get oxygen from the base. Definitely need a camera on here because my view is blocked. But I don't think I'm aiming to hit anything right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause this up. I will bring this back as soon as I get back to base, and I'm working towards docking this thing. And then I'll probably wind up calling that an episode for today. It's not too much, but definitely have this functional now. It could stand to be far more functional. Okay, so I am slowly coming in. Just going to go ahead and turn this to where it should be going over the panel and hit the brakes. I've got its antenna on so I can find it again. I need oxygen. And hey, there's a little bit of sun on my solar panels. Yay. Guess the easiest way would be jump in here real quick. Let's see. Get closer to it. Control Z to lock my dampers to the Lenhart. So now, if I am moving relative to it, which actually it has stopped. So neither of us were moving. That's fine. Because now I just need to get a little bit of speed to get back over here and dock. At least I don't have that far to go. But yeah, this is ridiculous. I need so much more thrust on this thing. Fortunately, the hydrogen tanks will give me a good place to base the side thrust off of for this. And I can do downward thrust off of that. And up along the front, I can get my downward thrust. It would be upward thrust is what I was saying before, on the one I said before, underneath my side thrusters. Okay. Side thrust our crap. Come on. Almost got it. Come on, stop. My God, this is so heavy. And it's not even a full cargo hold. So I'm thinking I need 2 large thrusters to go forward and backward. Oh my God. Okay, let's just do this a bit slower then. Not that slow. There we go. But yeah, 2 large thrusters forward and back. Small thrusters will be fine everywhere else, though I'm going to need quite a lot more of them. Typically don't need that many for the downward. It is nice to have for coming in for a landing like this. But I've been thinking, I've got my little ventral connector here on the bottom. That's not bad, but I do like to have a couple of connection options on each of my ships. I can probably put 1 turret on this that would still be clear thanks to that middle section, as well as a connector behind that on the middle. I'm not sure if the turret would get in the way of connecting, but well, maybe if I put an actual connector instead of the inset connector, it could work. Anyway, speaking of connector, there we go. Successful first trip of the Lenhart. And what's my refinery doing right now? Still working on platinum, but I need you working on gold so that I can come back tomorrow and get back to work on finishing this and getting started with at least some of the frame for the base ship that I want to make. Though I do also need another ship to be able to finish building that. But all things to be getting to later. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. And if you want to see what I'm up to next time, there's always the subscribe button. So until next time, have a good one.